the sports media giving us our early, way too early predictions for how we're going to finish this upcoming season. I just released my predictions, and I say 11-6. Potentially, I think the highest we're going to go, the best we're going to go, 12-5. I think that's the best of the best. I think, realistically, 11-6. I think our floor, our worst possible, I have to say is 9-8. Because that's kind of what it's been the last couple of years. But I think 10-8 is our floor. 12-5 is our ceiling. And then our mid-ground is 11-6. I think that's kind of how it looks. Anyway, let's get right into it. What do they think we're going to do? Bleacher Report is up first. Yup. Figured this one was coming. Definitely figured this one was coming. Alright, what does he say? He says, like last year, the Bengals have the firepower to outscore most opponents, but their defense is still a concern. Also, Burrow could feel a lot of pressure from his right side. Cody Ford is a below-average guard. Tackle Mims is still developing in his second season. Yeah, but are we not going to look at the fact that we did just draft 2 guards and also have a crap ton of other guards also on this roster who are younger and behind those starting guards? And are we not going to look at the fact that we also now have Scott Peters over having, Frank the Tank, absolute crap, Pollock? And also, we have new positional coaches that should help out a lot. We also have new defensive coordinators should help out a lot. So I don't think you can really go off last season in that context because this is a complete different team when it comes to a scheme perspective and when it comes to a play-for-play perspective. So I disagree with, looking at last year and comparing to this year. This year is definitely concerning to certain degrees. My biggest concern for this year is going to be our safety core and the lack of depth at our safety core. My second concern will be probably, I would say, protecting Joe Burrow, which it always is. But again, we'll see how those guys develop. So I guess protecting Joe Burrow is always my number one concern. Even if we had the best guys, I'd still be somewhat concerned because I don't want to ever have Joe on the ground. Okay? Second person, Fox Sports. Hey! Okay. We got one more after this, so I think we're kind of going up here. We're kind of cooking with some grease here. All right. Oh, lordy. That was a long thing. Bengals are loaded and good enough to be a playoff team, but the key to everything for them will be what happens in September and early October. Those are the slow starts and couldn't pull themselves out of the early 1-4 hole last season. And in a division where the Ravens are a powerhouse, the Steelers should still be good. A fast start is essential. I agree with that 100%. But again, as I said before, and I'm just going to show off the next one too, Trey Hendrickson, this whole situation with Trey Hendrickson is an absolute mess. And it's going to cause us to start off slow because it's this huge drama situation. That's why I said at this point, I know, principle says don't pay Trey as much as he wants. And the Bengals are going to be stubborn and arrogant and not want to do it. But at this point, just do it because it's better to get it out of the way than it is to go back and forth and continuously try to fight this whole situation. Fighting this situation now is just pointless. It's better. It's worth more to just get it out of the way than go back and forth with it. It's huge help that Cincinnati's first 2 games are against the Browns and Jags. The NFL gave Bengals a fighting chance to start fast. After that, things get dicey, especially on the road. They play at the home of 6 playoff teams, including Green Bay, Minnesota, Denver, and Buffalo. They also it had better take advantage of their soft opening. Sounds so wrong. Yeah, Brownies are going to be tough, especially with the Trey situation. If Trey gets signed before the season starts, he's 100% ready to go. Everything is fine. And let's say this happens before the preseason. I think we're starting off the year 2-0, guaranteed 100%, not a question on earth. But I live in a realistic reality that says that Trey most likely won't get signed before the season starts. So, yeah. And then Sports Illustrated says 9-8. Cincinnati will benefit from a third-place schedule, but will the Bengals be able to stop anybody? They'll play some high-flying offenses in Baltimore and perhaps a revamped Pittsburgh attack, along with Packers, Vikings, Bills, Chicago Bears, Arizona, and Detroit. New defense coordinator Al Golden will be tested early and often. You really going to put the Steelers as a high-powered attack? Right now, the Steelers got Mason Rudolph. Their starting receiver is DK Metcalf, and their backup is Calvin Austin. That term, high-flying offenses and revamped Pittsburgh attack, is doing a lot of heavy lifting. 100%. And we always take care of the Bills. And the Bears, I don't know how that's going to work. Ben Johnson looks good. I say, again, I give my 2 cents. I think we start off the season with it depends on the Trey Hendrickson situation. That's all I'm going to say, actually. Tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. Just sign Trey, get it over with. Peace out.